Hey, I saw that you were a really handsome man. You got the clean shave and you got the piercing brown eyes. And you got that fade. You got the fade that makes all the women so attracted to you. And you got the glass skin that makes the women so wet for you. And you have the Lamborghini that makes the women so wet for you. And you have the mansion that all the women wanna chill out in. And you got the home theater that you pack out with all these women watching some movies together in our indoor theater, and then we go to the swimming pool, and I like to dare my women to do the double backflip off the plank. And these women, a bunch of scaredy cats. They don't want to try the double backflip on the plank I got at the pool in my mansion. And these women like to say that I'm trying to dare them to do it, but I can't even do it myself. And so I tell these women that I can definitely do the double backflip off the plank. And these women prove it. And I'm like, all right, step aside. And so I climb out of the pool, and all this water is glistening off of my six-pack. And I'm striding to the plank. And all these women want to know if I can do the double backflip off the plank. And so I did the double backflip. And all these women were so impressed with my ability. And they were like, oh, please have me right now. And I was like, hold on, hold up, hold on. I got all these bad bitches, but I only need 2. I'm surrounded by bad bitches, but I only need 2. And I was like, does anyone want to volunteer? And all these hands went up. There were hands shooting up from the front row and the back row. All these women trying to volunteer to get to my master suite on the 3rd floor. And I didn't know who to choose. And it made me realize that these women were only here because of their good looks. But it wasn't really because I knew who they were. And so I found it really hard to choose when I hadn't really built the genuine connection. And so, even though I only had to pick 2, it was still so hard. And so I decided that I was gonna get these women to try to meet my expectations of a woman. And so, and so I passed the mic to Brittany, and I was like, all right, what's one reason that you should be the one to be my girlfriend? And she was like, oh, I'm working at the kindergarten, and I'm really good with these kids. I'm teaching them ABCs, I'm teaching them their numbers, I'm teaching them English, I'm trying to help all these young kids with their learning. And I was like, oh wow, I'm seeing some very good qualities. You're a cute girl that's working at the kindergarten, helping these kids with their education. I really like that. But just let me get back to you. And then I passed the mic over to Sophie, and I was like, all right, Sophie, why should I make you my girlfriend? And she was like, oh, it's because I'm a nurse and I'm always helping these people. And so if you were ever sick, I could get you that bedside service. I could make you breakfast in bed. I could get you your medicine. I could give you cuddles. I could make you your chicken noodle soup. And I saw some qualities that I really liked in this girl. And I was like, all right, so you're this very cute girl who works as a nurse, and she really knows what it's like to give people really good treatment when they're not feeling very well, and this could be a very good quality in a wife. And so I see some things that I really like, but I'm gonna have to get back to you, Sophie. And so I went over to Anastasia, and I was like, all right, Anastasia, what's one reason that I should make you my wife? And Anastasia, she was like, oh, I work at the orphanage, and there's all these little kids who never knew what it's like to have parents that loved them and cared for them, and wanted them to live their best life. And so I'm working directly with the management team and directly with the orphans, and I'm helping to connect the company with some of the best parents in the world, and trying to put the orphans into a really caring family where they can have the life that so many orphans are missing out on, being in an orphanage without any loving parents. And I was like, wow, Anastasia, you're a very good girl. You're taking care of all these orphans. You're helping them find some very loving parents, and I really admire that about you. And so it came time for me to decide who I wanted to be with. Do I want to be with? And I had a really hard think about it, and I decided that I had to go with Carly, the kindergarten teacher, because I knew that when we had 3 kids, then she would need these skills that she learned teaching the kindergartners. She would really need these skills for the children that we were going to have when we were married. And so I decided that I was going to go with the kindergarten teacher. And now 10 years later, we're married with 3 kids, and she was teaching. And we raised some super geniuses, you know. Our 2-year-old understood quantum physics and string theory and the unified field theory, and she understood the origins of the universe at just 2 years old. And it's because I decided to pick the woman that was really good with kids. And so remember to always pick the woman that's good with kids, because you're a man who likes to think in decades, and when you think in decades, you realize that her ability to raise the children is gonna take a priority above all these other skills. And so remember to always pick the woman that is very good at raising kids, because I picked a woman that was good at raising kids, and my kids ended up becoming doctors and lawyers and scientists and astronauts and some of the most smart and the most successful people of the next generation. And so remember to always pick the woman that's good at raising kids. And that's not what I got for the video. Goodbye.